Hi guys and welcome back to Scribe Gaming. Today we're going to go over the Places of Power Assault Battle, Challenge Tier 2, and I'll go through the team that I use to easily beat it. Okay, let's take a look. So Emperor Palpatine is going to be our leader, and it is imperative that you have his leadership Zated. That's going to be the linchpin of this entire assault battle. Now, I'm going to be using Darth Revan, Malak, Bastila Shan Fallen, with Sith Empire Trooper making up my 5th slot. Now, that 5th slot is actually quite flexible. I would actually advise that you use either Count Dooku or Darth Nihilus as your 5th slot, with probably a slight preference towards Nihilus. Count Dooku does a lot of counterattacks, is able to stun, spread more debuffs, and is able to recover his own protection. And Nihilus has his Annihilate ability, which will instantly take out units and stack his max health. So if you have either of those two geared up, unlike me, I would advise using them. I would also suggest that probably Scion is also a decent choice for that 5th slot, and Marauder can do it as well. As you can see, my Palpatine is only Gear 11, but that's actually sufficient. My Darth Revan is only Relic 1, Malak is only Relic 2, and Bastila Shan Fallen is Relic 1 as well. I would say that her Zeta is quite useful for this. If we can take a look here, this Sith Apprentice Zeta provides 50% potency for Bastila and the character in the leader slot. The Foresight is also useful at the start of the battle, but that 50% potency is what we're really after. That will help us really land these debuffs, which will really kickstart Palpatine's leadership Zeta. So, let's see. There we saw the Foresight kick in, and we evaded an attack at the start of the wave. Fantastic. It really helps keep our Palpatine alive. And a little tip that I'd give you guys here is if you're running Malak, on the very first turn that you have, you want to try and use this Dark Gambit special ability. Now, I don't advise using this a lot, because it does cut into your max health, and it will also eat your protection. Obviously, that's not a big deal for Malak. And you'll get defense down for 2 turns. So it's dangerous to use, but they gain a load of health steal, load of speed, offense up. The reason I say use this on Malak for the start is because it'll trigger his unique, and you'll get the life drain ability. Now, I don't have to use it here because he's already been triggered at the start. But if that hasn't happened, just use it and you'll get your life drain straight away. After that, it's just a case of apply as many debuffs as possible and try and focus down the leader at the start. Pretty straightforward. If your Palpatine ever gets low in hit points, you want to use his 2nd special to heal him up once again. Now, mine is Gear 11, and I should be able to survive all the way into the last round with him still alive. Even if he dies most of the way through, you can actually still finish the event. It's just easier with him alive, of course. Now, as usual, I'd say if you're going into another wave, you want to try and make sure all your abilities are off cooldown. That's why I'm using basics right now. And try and make sure you've got a lot of TM on your team, because as you saw, they go incredibly quickly in this event, and you want to make sure that you can start Palpatine's train as soon as possible. There we have that Foresight again being very useful. Unfortunately, they landed an ability block on Palpatine, but it should be okay regardless. Here we go. We'll be cycling around to another turn on Darth Revan. Okay, so in this situation, you can see that my Sith Empire Trooper here is on the brink of death. In this situation, it might seem counterintuitive, but when you've got a mass fear like this, if you can get round to his turn with enemies feared or enemies stunned, I actually advise you use the special ability, just because it's going to give him a bunch of health steal. He does have his own counter-attack mechanic built into his kit. He gets retribution. So even if he doesn't get a turn, he should actually counter-attack and hopefully regain some health. He didn't then because the enemy was stealthed. Try and stun as much as possible because you don't want them taking turns. So here he should be able to recover quite a lot of that health. There we go, back up to full. Now, mine is only a Gear 12, it's not Relic or anything like that, so if yours is further geared, it'll be even easier. You may well lose him, in fact, if it's geared similarly to mine, and you'll see it should be actually okay. Now, to save you watching through the rest of the waves, I am going to skip ahead here. We'll just fast forward things, and I'll rejoin you in wave 4. Okay guys, welcome back. We're in wave 4 now, which similar to all the other assault battles, this is one of the harder ones. All you really want to do though is focus down Jedi Knight Anakin, and really it's plain sailing from there. You don't have to worry about Fives using his sacrifice ability because he doesn't actually have it in this event. So yeah, try and keep Anakin controlled until you can kill him, and everything should be fine after that, really. Like I said, you should be going into these new waves with all your abilities off cooldown, so you can really start Palpatine's TM train as soon as possible. So this is what I like to do, just focus down Anakin. Once he's gone, there's nothing really to worry about. Personally, after Anakin, I like to take out Rex, because he does have his aerial advantage ability, and I don't want him using that and taking out a character. So let's just get rid of Rex. And after that, I would say, personally, I leave Consular till later. He's no threat whatsoever. Fives can be a little bit annoying. If you have the opportunity to stun him, fantastic. Just get rid of Ahsoka, really. And we should be good. Now, oh, that was nice. I'm going to leave it here, and we're going to actually pick up in the very last wave, where we can really close out this event. Okay guys, so we're coming up to the end of wave 7 here, and going into the final wave. Now, it's really important that you have all your abilities off cooldown, because the next wave is obviously going to be the hardest, and you need to be able to get ahead of Grandmaster Yoda if possible. So we're looking quite good here. We've got a lot of TM on both Revan and Bastila Shan, so I'm just going to use my basic here, and we'll see how we get on in this final wave. Now, the two characters that you really have to worry about in this wave are Grandmaster Yoda and GK. Obviously, the others, Mace, Qui-Gon, and Eath-Koth, who you never see anyway, do actually pack a punch because they are relict. But very, very important, try and keep Yoda as controlled as possible. And if we can, try and get ability, shock on Kenobi to stop him from taunting. After that, I just like to try and focus down Yoda. Use your Force Drain on Kenobi, because he is incredibly tanky. Actually, you'll find the amount of damage that Grandmaster Yoda can absorb is beyond ridiculous. But yeah, if you can keep these shocks up on these characters, Yoda so he can't pass buffs, Kenobi so he can't taunt, then you should be in a good spot. Now, I want to try and get rid of as much protection as I possibly can on these guys, so that if I get the opportunity with Malak, I can just use Life Drain and finish them off. So once... Okay, so Yoda is now vulnerable. I'm just going to apply another shock over there. Get Bastila Shan's fear spreading. And let's see if we can... No, I don't want to give Yoda the opportunity really to take a turn. So, yeah, should be able to... There we go. Now, with Yoda out of the way and General Kenobi pretty much dead, I'd use this opportunity, like I said, just take off as much protection as you can off everybody, so your Malak has the opportunity to life drain them and kill them. Really, once Grandmaster Yoda's done and you've got Kenobi pretty much controlled, it's game over. It's just plain sailing from there, really. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's how I like to tackle this event. If you've got a Zeta Palpatine lead and a decent Sith Empire squad, you should be able to do this tier 2 as well. Tier 1, it should be a complete walk. You should be able to just full auto it and not have any concerns. So yeah, that's going to about do it for this video. I'll just let you see the rest of it, just so you've got the satisfaction of seeing those lovely relic mats come into the inventory. The one time when Mace is actually holding the ground, eh? And there we go. Death by shock. If we could throw him out the window, that would be great, but no such luck. I hope this is useful to you guys. Like, subscribe, and all that good jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We've got some GAC battles coming up. If you haven't seen my other ones, take a look at them. Thanks, guys. Bye.